This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tell Tanner.
102.1 FM, AM 1450 KYNT. I'm Tell Tanner here for the Lancer Locker on Monday evening. As usual, bringing you Mount Marty University interviews for student athletes, coaches, and today, some behind-the-scenes guys. This is going to be really, really cool. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while. I've wanted to have this guy on the show for a long time. But first, as we get to it, we got a couple of schedule changes with Mount Marty University, baseball and softball that we got to go through right away, as these are kind of breaking from today. So, a couple of reschedules this week. The weather, not going to cooperate. The weather is not cooperating in the slightest. It's going to be potentially rain and snow over the next couple of days. So the Mount Marty University baseball team has canceled the Mayville State doubleheader that was supposed to be tomorrow night. We were going to have that here on KYNT and KYNTV. Not going to be happening are those games. And then Mount Marty University softball, they were going to be playing home softball here in Yankton on Wednesday. That has been moved now to April 6th. It was going to be the 1st of April. That's been moved to April 6th next Monday. The weekend games, there's no movement on this upcoming weekend games, but the high temperatures this weekend, Saturday is 35 with a chance of snow. Sunday looks all right, 51 with sunny. Friday, 38 with a chance of snow. We'll see. There's no movement yet on if those games are going to get moved. Mount Marty baseball's on the road, and we'll see. But make sure you're checking the Mount Marty University baseball and softball social media pages where they announce those scheduled changes in the upcoming days. In other, let's go to the Lancer Locker now in terms of who we've got on today. As I mentioned, some behind-the-scenes guys. Derrik Nelson on the show today. Derrik Nelson, longtime Yankton guy. He played baseball for Mount Marty University and has been a coach for the last decade here for Mount Marty University. And recently, recently, I say like 6 years ago, he was given the job of the sports information director at Mount Marty University. So all the streams, everything that we do on our end, Derrik is my guy. Derrik's the guy that I work with from start to finish on it. He helps us get these streams on JV games and any game that we're not there for. He's running those streams, making sure they're up. He's writing everything on the website. He runs that website. He's got a staff around him that helps things go. But Derrik's the guy that does a lot behind the scenes, one of the unsung heroes of Mount Marty University. So we wanted to have him on and talk a little bit about that, what an average day looks like. Today, we had to have him on earlier this morning. I talked with him at like 10 about everything because today he had a middle school track meet at Mount Marty that he had to run. He had to run the video board and get all the graphics and everything done for that. Then he had some JV games going on today, and of course the schedule changes that we just talked about. So we talked with him earlier this morning, and in that interview, we had talked a little bit about the Mayville State game in terms of it's not happening, basically. We had teased a little bit, we're going to see. So when you hear that in the interview, yeah, that is canceled at this point. But let's go to our week in review of Mount Marty University athletics. We can talk about what happened over the last couple of days with the baseball and softball programs. We'll start it off with the softball team. They're now 2-6 in conference play, 11-17 overall. Their last games ended up being on Saturday. They did fall in a doubleheader to Northwestern College. 2-16 and 3-10 were the final scores there. For Briar Cliff on Friday, they split the doubleheader with Briar Cliff. They won the game 6-1 and then fell in the first game 8-5. So they did have a 1-3 weekend there, but a good win in GPAC play. And now Midland University, once again, was scheduled for this Wednesday. That'll be this upcoming Monday now, April 6th. Still scheduled to play Doane down in Crete, April 4th, weather allowing. Mount Marty baseball had a tough weekend. They went a 1-3 weekend as well. They're now 4-8 in conference play, 13-19 overall. The Lancers, they had a 1-4 weekend against Dordt. Dordt won the first 3 games of the matchup. Mount Marty won the final game, the 4th game, in a high-scoring affair. 17-14 was the final score of that one. So the Lancers' next game, not going to be Mayville State as scheduled tomorrow. That has been canceled. It'll be Hastings on Friday down in Hastings, Nebraska. Once again, weather allowing there. In some other sports, looking at the golf programs, there is going to be, once again, Golf, there was this last weekend, the Graceland Invitational. Next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, is the Concordia University Women's Bulldog Invite. On the men's side of things for the golf program, looks like they were going to be playing today in Sioux City and tomorrow. Today should be fine. Tomorrow, we'll see. Briarcliff match play going on down in Sioux City there. Take a look at the track and field season as well. Also, the Vegas shoot for archery happened over the weekend. I don't have results of that yet, but we've been making sure to get those to you here on KYNT in the next couple days. In terms of outdoor track and field, supposed to be a track and field meet in Seward, Nebraska, Thursday, Friday of this week. Everything weather allowing. Just assume everything weather allowing as I'm going through the schedule right now. But that'll be down in Seward, Nebraska, Thursday, Friday for outdoor track and field. And that's about going to do for our week in review, an upcoming schedule. With that, let's take a break now. We're going to come back in a couple of minutes and speak with Derrik Nelson, assistant baseball coach for the Mount Marty University program and the sports information director that I get to work with a lot. We'll take a break, get some of our sponsors in, thank some of the people that make this broadcast possible, and we'll come back with Derrik Nelson from earlier today over the phone in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450, KYNT.
Hi, I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate. Buying or selling a home can be complicated, but with 20 years of experience, I'm here to put you at ease and make the process as easy as possible. We offer moving boxes and the use of our courtesy trailer to make your real estate journey a smooth one. Call me, Deb Speck, with Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more, all at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, bison, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmock cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. The Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake on Highway 52. For more, call 689-3000 or go to themeatlodge.com.
Looking for quality furniture and mattresses at a great value? Start at Slumberland Furniture in Yankton. We carry leading brands like Lazy Boy, Ashley, Flexsteel, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster with styles and comfort options for every room in your home. Our friendly and knowledgeable team is here to help you find just the right fit for your home and with flexible financing options to help you bring home exactly what you want. Furniture, mattresses, and trusted brands all in one place. Slumberland Furniture in Yankton.
Hey Lancer fans, time to hit the court at Lewis & Clark Ford. The Ford F-150 is your power forward, strong and ready for any challenge.
The Ford Escape is your point guard, fast, agile, and perfect for daily drives.
The Ford Explorer is your center, big, bold, and built for the whole team. Meet our new finance manager and sales manager, plus an all-new sales team, bringing fresh hustle and hometown heart.
Check out the full lineup at lewisandclarkford.com.
Lewis & Clark Ford, your home court for unbeatable deals, right at 4th and Capitol in Yankton.
Practice, meetings, errands, homework. Life doesn't slow down. That's why Yankton Pizza Ranch makes dinner easy. Our buffet is hot, fresh, and ready when you are. Pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken. When your schedule's packed but you still want something delicious, make it a buffet day at Yankton Pizza Ranch. Serving daily from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Those are the sounds of loyal companions looking for a new home and family. The Heartland Humane Society has dogs and cats looking to become a new member of your family, ready for adoption today. Every animal available for adoption is vaccinated, spayed or neutered, microchipped, and dewormed, saving you over $200 or more in vet care while giving you a loyal friend. Come visit all available animals at 3400 East Highway 50 Yankton or online at heartlandhumanesociety.net.
The madness is here, and every game feels bigger than the last. Buzzer beaters, busted brackets, and underdogs stealing the spotlight. Whether you're packed into an arena, cheering from the couch, or enjoying the game at your favorite watch party, make sure the cooler's ready. Because in the middle of all the madness, one thing should stay easy. Cold, crisp, and always refreshing. Grab a Bud Light and enjoy every second of the ride.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker, 102.1 FM, AM 1450, KYNT. My name is Tel Tanner, now speaking with one of the coaches of Mount Marty University baseball, as well as the sports information director of Mount Marty University in Derrik Nelson. Derrik, it is good to finally have you on the show. You wear a lot of hats at Mount Marty, and it's good to finally have you on the horn, able to talk. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Yeah, I appreciate having me.
So let's go ahead and talk about you and your journey. Did I mention every hat you're wearing? Can you walk us through what your actual job is and all your titles at Mount Marty?
Well, currently we assistant baseball coach, and then with the emphasis on sports information, so kind of making sure every home game kind of runs smoothly. And then with that being said, the stats and the live streams are all up and going, and hopefully that those days technology works for us.
You're a very busy man at Mount Marty University. I get a front row seat to see that a lot. Obviously, we're working in sports information. You and I get to do a lot together. But can you walk us through, like, today? Walk us through a typical day of what you're going to be doing and the different things you have to do.
Well, today, just solely, we got, with it being a long weekend, I'm going to try to stay home for a little bit and see my kids and kind of hang out with them. With a lot of weekends, I don't get to enjoy that kind of family time, or, nighttime. We have practice a lot of the time, so I don't really get to enjoy that as much as some of the, normal 8 to 5 people get to do. So trying to enjoy some of that right now, and then I'll get started with trying to go over some of the things we did well and didn't do too well offensively in our previous baseball games, and then kind of just start thinking about what we're going to do this week and try to correct some things and start practice planning for the infielders. And right now that it's nice out, we're kind of blessed to be outside practicing, so we get to hit outside and try to get some of that practice planning done. It seems like we got about 40 hitters, so trying to get all those guys in a timely manner, it takes a long time. So.
And that's not all you're doing today, not just practice for the baseball team on the sports information side of things. You got to run a couple of JV games, make sure those streams are up and running. And there's a track meet today for middle school that you also are involved in putting on, correct?
Yep, you are correct. So we got middle school track. We actually have a really nice, obviously, field house. And we have a 7-camera system. It takes some time to get that up and running and make sure everything's smoothly. And we got 2 streams that we do on the GPAC network, so everybody from grandpa and grandma to whoever wants to watch their kids or grandkids at home, they can do that. And this year we just implemented a scoreboard system on those, which I know they use for the South Dakota State track meet. So we're up there with them with having that capabilities, which is an awesome thing. But, with that said, it does take a lot more planning and having all that stuff set up. But So we have that, and then we have a new video board in the track and field house, and that takes some time to get that up and running. So you're right, it does. But, we have a lot of good people that help with me that can help make sure that all that stuff's running smoothly. So then I can kind of bounce out of there and be able to go to practice and things in that nature. So I got to say I'm appreciated for all those people that work with me on that stuff.
So let's go ahead and go through your career as you've been now at Mount Marty University for a long time. I believe you first became a Mount Marty Lancer back in 2011, if I'm not mistaken, there as a player for the baseball team. Was it 2011 you came in as a freshman?
Yes, you are correct. So I was there from 2011 to, I believe, 2016. I had a red shirt year in there where I broke my wrist. But then took a few years off, and then was lucky enough that Bernardo wanted me to be a GA underneath him, and that's kind of where I got started with the sports information stuff, because at that time Bernardo was the head coach and sports information director. And then luckily that kind of evolved to a job as an assistant coach and sports information.
Let's talk about your time as a player. You were one heck of a ball player back in the day from 2011 to 2015. You had a .349 career batting average, I believe, 160 hits and 116 runs you scored. That says nothing of your RBIs. 2015 honorable mention All-GPAC shortstop. You were a utility infielder, second team All-GPAC in 2014, and a first team All-GPAC nod for a third baseman back in 2012, and you won the Gold Glove back in 2012 as well. So one heck of a career as a player. That Gold Glove has to stick out. Is that one of your favorite things from your playing career, is the Gold Glove in the first team All-GPAC?
Yeah, I would say definitely. That year was a pretty special year for all of us, and we luckily, the reason that I was probably first team is because we had Jason Schmidt and Jared Miller hitting behind me, and a lot of pitchers didn't want to throw to them. So luckily I they tried to pick me out and gave me a lot of pitches to hit. And I was able to capitalize on a lot of that. And so that definitely, and that was actually the first year that I've ever played third base. And it's a little different than playing shortstop, but apparently I made enough decent plays that they voted me Gold Glove. So
now let's talk about your transition from playing to coaching. As you've been coaching now for about a decade, what do you think some of the things you have learned in the last decade of coaching, from being a player, now coaching? What are some of the things that you think as a coach you've improved on?
I would think one thing that for me personally that probably sticks out is I was probably a little more fiery and got after guys a little more early in my career, just being younger and not understanding a lot of things. But I think now when I was watching Bernardo and now Josh, it's a lot easier to just be calm and kind of try to just enlighten some of our guys about the mental game of things and the preparations and the mental side of baseball, just how they, how pitchers will approach hitters. And because in baseball, you have a lot of failures and like the the Hall of Famers are going to hit maybe 300, and that's failing 70% of the time. So just making sure that it's okay, and it's okay to learn from your mistakes and your failures and turn those into positives, and how you're going to go from one AD to the next I think that's what I've tried to enlighten some of our hitters with in the last few years, more so than I probably did in the early years, just because of, some coaches can't can't really relate to how, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but the good players, sometimes they can't relate how they approach the game as well as what they are wanting their players to. And that's kind of what I'm trying to teach our hitters this year and a few in the last few years.
Let's turn to the personal side of things. Can you tell me about your family? I know you got, 3 kids now with your wife? Tell me about your family.
Yeah, I got 3 kids. I have a stepson, Mac Sweeter. He goes to school in Lenox, and then we have him all summer in Yankton. And then I have Rooker. He is in pre-K right now. And then, so he's just starting all the sports this next few months. And then Bexley, our daughter, is just turning 1 in a week right now. And then my wife, Caitlin, she runs an in-home daycare at our house, and she's got a lot of kids that come to our house and that she oversees, and I don't know how she does it.
That's got to be one heck of an environment in your house with all the kids in there, I assume. Loud in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't get to sleep in much, but they which is okay. But whenever I come home, they all know my name, and it's kind of a cool situation, and you can just see how much love and passion my wife has for that, and it's nice to see that she can do what she loves.
And you said Brexley's first birthday is next week, right?
Yeah, April 11th.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, she was supposed to be born in May after the conference tournament last year, but she kind of came a little early, so but she's doing good. So just started to crawl.
Well, Coach, I want to finish up today by talking about the season then. You and Coach Tykero for the baseball team. Starting off conference play here. Had a couple of losses this weekend, but you get more opportunities. You got Mayville State coming to town tomorrow for a non-conference doubleheader, then back to conference play this Friday at Hastings, then at Midland down in Fremont, at Orange City. You got a long road stretch coming up. Can you tell me your thoughts on the team, the season, how it's going, and how you're going to approach this road stretch?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we started off with Concordia, who has been obviously predominantly the number 1 or 2 team in the conference in the last, seems like 20 years, but I don't think it's been that long. And then, so we were able to get a win out of them, and then we took care of business against Waldorf, and then lost a couple close ones down in Briarcliff, and unfortunately we went 1-3 against Dort. But offensively, I think we did a lot of good things, and we have some things that we can build on. Just one theme that I think that we've tried to focus on is we've been getting a lot of guys on base, but it's getting that timely hit when we have guys on base that we've kind of been struggling with, where, maybe we're scoring 1 run in an inning, where we can maybe push that to be 3 or 4 runs an inning. So I think that's one thing we're really trying to work on. I don't know if Mayville State is going to be happening, so it might be a little breaking news for you on this show, but I'll keep you posted on that, just with the weather. But like you said, then we got Hastings and Midland. Not quite sure when we're going to be able to play those games this weekend, but we'll get those 4 games in. And Hastings has got a first-year coach, and Midland we've had success against in the prior years, so hopefully we can go down there and, continue what we're doing offensively, and then maybe try and clean up some things on offense. I know Hastings has a turf field, and then Midland's field is a little rough, but we got to work with our infielders on that this coming week. And then Northwestern, they're always a tough team to play. I I feel like we always drop a couple games to them every year, but hopefully if we can get off to a good start with our starting pitching, and then offensively, the nice thing about being on the road is we get the first crack at getting runs on the board, so that'll be good. And then after that, we got a bunch of home games, and hopefully that will help lead us into qualifying for the GPAC tournament. So, like you said, it's coming up quick. I think we got 5 weekends left, and then it's over. So hopefully we can make kind of a little run like we did last year and get off to the hot start in the GPAC tournament and go from there.
Well, Coach, talking about that weather once again, we'll keep you updated on social media with that Mayville State doubleheader. Make sure you're following Mount Marty University Baseball on social media, as well as us here at KYNT. We'll be putting it out if those games happen. They're currently scheduled tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Check social medias, and obviously this weekend, we'll see what happens. It's got to love spring baseball and the spring weather, right, Derrik?
Yeah, it's never ending. I feel like you just live on the Weather Channel app.
Well, man, thank you very much for talking with me today. I've been wanting to have this conversation with you on air for a while. You do a lot of things behind the scenes for Mount Marty University, one of the unsung heroes of the university that makes everything run. And obviously, you and I get to work together a lot putting on our streams, so I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and your help throughout all of the seasons of sports that we get to spend so much time together. So thank you for coming on the show today.
Yes, and I appreciate you, everything you guys do for Mount Marty and all the coverage you guys do. You guys are awesome. So anytime you want me on, I'll be happy to jump on with you.
Well, thanks, Derrik. You have a great rest of your day. Appreciate your time. This is KYNT.
The SureCo exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any SureCo electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized SureCo distributor or find us at sureco.com. Demand the best. Demand SureCo.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza.
Runza is so sweet.
Especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, and chocolate chip cookies.
Literally sweet.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
At Parker of Yankton, we are powered by the hard work of our employees, the loyalty of our customers, and the support of our community. Together, we're engineering success like never before. Looking to start the new year with a career where you're valued and appreciated? Join the Parker team today. Visit parker.com to apply. From all of us at Parker of Yankton, thank you for making this year unforgettable.
Parker, engineering your success.
To a fresh start and boundless opportunities, here's to a new year of success and celebration from all of us at Parker of Yankton.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to. Long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service. And even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Call Brendan Hansen and Brandon Tykrow or visit them at Suite 101B Morgan Square in Yankton.
No matter where you go to follow the action, be sure to enjoy a cold, refreshing Miller Lite or Coors Light. Whether on tap, in a can, or in a bottle, the smooth, refreshing taste of these beers make even the biggest upset easy to swallow. So kick back, grab another round, and get into the game. Miller Lite and Coors Light, always a win for any fan. Get them today at your favorite place to buy beer.
It's time to stop making excuses. The peace of mind you get after a colonoscopy is worth it. It's the best way to prevent and detect one of the deadliest cancers. In fact, your doctor can remove precancerous polyps during the procedure if necessary. That's right, before it even turns to cancer. No excuses. Get a colonoscopy at 45 and follow up every 10 years or as recommended by your doctor. Find a location or schedule now at avera.org/colon.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker for the final time. Thank you very much to Derrik Nelson for talking with us over the phone this morning. Took a little bit of time out of family time, as we talked about with him. So thank you to him for that. I always appreciate that guy. He's a great help for us at KYNT. Everything we do, we work with him on pretty much everything. He's our go-to guy for everything. So all these broadcasts that we put on, he's behind the scenes helping us run them, and we appreciate that guy. And that's about going to do it for the Lancer Locker today. Normally I go through our upcoming schedule here for Mount Marty University baseball that we're covering this spring. But once again, those Mayville State games canceled. The Mayville State University games canceled. They are not going to be happening tomorrow. That has been postponed. In the interview just a few minutes ago we aired, that was from earlier today before it got canceled. They ended up getting canceled around 1 o'clock, I think, is when they ended up putting it out. Either way, it's done. No Mayville State doubleheader tomorrow. They will be on the road this weekend. Hastings Friday, Midland Saturday, and then next Friday at Northwestern. Next home game will be Saturday, April 11th here in Yankton. We'll make sure to be here for that one. Obviously, the whole schedule, weather allowing. That's going to do it for the Lancer Locker today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Listen to this program. I appreciate y'all for tuning in every week. My name is Tel Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker, and you've been listening to KYNT.